Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'm here today to look at What's Up, a game by Dennis Kurtz and Jean-Claude Pellin, published by Strawberry Studio, which is a division of NSKN Games, for games that don't normally fit the NSKN model, such as What's Up, which is for 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up, plays in about 10 to 15 minutes, and it's a game about flipping the bird cards. Flipping the bird cards. Yes. How does this work? Here are the components in What's Up. 30 double-sided cards that you shuffle and lay out in a 5x6 grid or whatever other arrangement suits you. What you're trying to do in the game is collect sets of birds. Rules don't explain why. You just make up your own story. Personally, I'm an eccentric billionaire, and my doctor has advised me to eat these birds for my meals. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Okay. You must collect sets of 1, 2, and 3 birds in a color, and the first player to collect 2, 3, or 4 sets wins in a 4, 3, or 2-player game. That is, with 2 players, you need all 4 colors. With 4 players, first player to collect 2 sets wins. Now, how you actually get these cards is not by just grabbing stuff willy-nilly out of the arrangement here, but instead on a turn, you choose a card that you want, flip it over, and if it's a single bird, then you can add that bird to your collection. Other people take their turn. On my turn now, I'm trying to either get 2 purple or a single bird of another color. So if you flip a card and it doesn't meet the qualifications here, it can't be added to my collection, I just put it back, or you can put it in any empty space or wherever you want. Of course, the next player can just flip this card over if they don't already have a single green, and now they can start a green collection, thanks to your bungling. So, you're going to keep taking turns flipping things over. But why are you flipping? Are you just flipping at random? No, you are not. Otherwise, there would not be much of a game here. Each card has on the other side of it a collection of birds that is either the same color but a different number, say 2 purple or 3 purple, or the same number but a different color. One red, 1 green, 1 yellow. But you don't know until you flip it over. This is perfectly what I wanted. Either it was a single card, not purple, okay, or it was a 2 or 3 purple, which gives me an 80% chance of getting something that I need for my collection. Perfect. All right. If I want to get 3 purple now, well, I can flip over any non-3 purple, such as these 2, although there's 3 purple showing. There's only 2 that are face down in this whole collection. And they're possibly on the other side here, or they're on the other side of these. So what to do? Or I just go somewhere else. All right, super. And now I'm collecting red. And we keep taking turns that way until someone meets the winning condition, collecting the right number of sets. Or if you have 3 cards left, then you see who has the most cards and they win. Or if you have 8 turns in a row where no one claims anything, the game ends and whoever has the most cards wins. And there's an overview of What's Up, which I've played 9 times now on a press copy from NSKN Games, with 2, 3, and 4 players. Try the gamut of player counts. As you can tell from the description, the game is pretty straightforward. There's not much to it. Pick a card, flip it over. Take it or don't. Race to get that collection, to win, right? There's not much to it. If you don't want there to be much to it. And if you start to pay attention, then you're like, okay, well, obviously I have to memorize what people are flipping because I might need that card later in the game. And I have to pay attention to probability, right? It's good for a certain segment of the young audience that might need to learn such skills. Talking about my son here. But if you start the game by picking a card with a single bird on it, you got a 60% chance of having a single bird on the other side. Great! Why would you start with anything else? Except people don't pay attention to that, and they start with other things. Okay? They're not thinking about the game in that way. They're just playing the game. Right? So there's different skill levels here, and definitely you can take advantage of that by making better choices in what you were doing. And about my 8th game, I suddenly started to I could just sense what I needed to flip just based on the probability. Just playing it enough and getting a feel, I want a single bird in these 2 colors or a double in this. Well, obviously I want to get this one. Okay, again, not too complicated, but you start paying attention and you internalize all this. And this is why I like playing the simple, short games over and over again, because it just becomes a part of you. It becomes second nature. And maybe there's some maximization of skill that will take place in What's Up, where you just don't get any better, and now you're just totally relying on luck, right, of what you flip. right? At a certain point when you're learning how to tie your shoes, you just maximize out on tying your shoes and you're done. You don't get any better. It's just something you do. Maybe that's what will happen with What's Up, but I don't know. I'm not there yet. You certainly have a little weirdness with someone being able to say, well, I need 3 purple for my collection. Well, I'm going to flip over this 3 purple, and the next turn I can flip it back over and I'll get my 3 purple. Okay. Except I could come along and flip it in the meantime, so you don't get to pick that card in your turn. But then you just flip it on your turn. And we flip it back and forth, and we're all wasting our time. And then the game ends if no one takes a card in 8 turns. So that's one way to prevent that from happening. If you're in the lead, fine, I'll keep denying you that card. You go somewhere else. Otherwise, I'll just win anyway. It doesn't quite work with 3 or 4 players because you get the usual thing where someone, oh, you got to stop that person. You got to flip that card. I'm not going to do it. I'm so far behind. You got to do it. And at a certain point, you just throw up your hands and say, forget it. I'm not going to be that one. I'll just accept that this game is not mine to win. The other person is ahead. They're going to get that card, win, whatever. We'll just move on with life. And we'll play again. Because it's short. It fits in a lot of different places. So, there you go. There's an overview of What's Up. Or, as people might say from a certain era, What's Up? Not me, though. Not me.